Morning all, welcome back to the channel. It's Thursday morning, I'm over the park, back in training again, to find out what I'm going to be doing. Morning all, just kidding, no session this morning, not after Sunday anyway. And of course 2 weeks ago, before that, we Grand Canyon hike, so I seriously need some decent recovery now. I've got 4 weeks until the half marathon. Probably a little bit too soon, but I'm going to build up for that race and see how it all goes, and hopefully I can run at least sub 90. That's what I'll be happy with. Just a little sort of quick debrief on Sunday. In the end I was very happy. Thought it was a fantastic run. I carry on jogging now. A lovely run. I can't complain really. The legs felt absolutely shattered at halfway, like I was saying, but in terms of my fitness, it was all there in the tank, so it's a good sign. I'm about 2.8 miles in to be run. Take it nice and easy. I've got no issues at all. Everything feels pretty good. Obviously the legs feel like dead as anything. Feel very tired, a bit lumpy in the quads, but apart from that everything feels pretty good. So I'm gonna take it easy this week, whatever happens. So I'll do something probably Saturday morning. Whether I do a park run, I'm not quite sure. See how I feel in the morning. If I don't feel too tired, then I'll have a little go. But I won't be pushing it or nothing. I'll just do it just because it's a nice 5k sort of tempo run. So I know I was disappointed that I didn't get me good for age, and I'm still thinking about having another go before the end of September, because that's when the cut-off point is the 30th of September. So that means it'd have to be the weekend, the last weekend in September. So there's a few options that I'm looking at. Have a little walk. There's a few options I'm looking at. Not decided yet. I'm going to see how the next week goes. So I'm going to decide on that soon. I shall update you. Do I want to do London again next year after doing it twice in basically 12 months? Yeah, I think I do. I think it's a great marathon. You know, it's on my own doorstep, and I don't think it's particularly one of the fastest routes in the world if you compare it to other marathons like Berlin or even Boston. Is Boston quick apparently? I would say it's probably the best supported marathon in the world in terms of the crowds. Absolutely amazing from the off all the way around to the finish. I mean, there's a couple little points where it was a little bit thin on the ground, but that's because there wasn't hardly any pavement and there was nothing there. There's no shops or anything. It's just like sort of commercial type areas. But apart from that, the support was absolutely amazing. So a big thank you to anybody who's watching that didn't run or is being inspired to run. You've got to try and get yourself down for a London one day. So the training will commence again properly next week with track on Tuesday. I'm going to get myself some sort of schedule going for the next 4 weeks to decide what exactly I'm going to be doing up to the half marathon. So I need to have some sort of structure on my long runs on the Sunday. I don't need anything more than probably 15 miles training for a half. More pace related type runs, I think. Shout out to all my new subscribers, new followers. Unbelievable. I can't like it. I'm absolutely blown away by how many people picked up on the London Marathon video. Really pleased about that, and picked up lots of new subscribers. And hopefully, if you're building towards running a marathon at some point, you can sort of follow my journey, because I will be obviously doing a marathon at some point again soon. But see how I tick over. That's the important part of marathon running as well, is that being consistent all year round. Even if you're not training for anything, you still need to be consistent, because you don't want to be not running and then going back to square one and having to build back up again. So you really need to keep consistent in your training all year round, really, if you want to have a decent marathon, and if you want to have a decent training for a marathon as well, because you need to be fit in the first place to even think about training for a marathon. You can't just go into it without having no background at all. You need to build that up nice and slowly over the years and months, whatever it might be for you. Morning all. Well, it's Sunday, continuing from Thursday. I had a terrible sore throat Thursday night, and then it's been really bad like since. So I've been suffering a little bit. I thought I had the start of a really bad cold coming on, but so far it's just been just a sore throat and nothing else. So I decided not to run Saturday with the sore throat, just sort of listening to my body. It's probably just really run down from the whole holiday, the flying, the jet lag, and then the marathon the following Sunday. So I needed that extra time off. So I just have a little leg stretcher today. So I'm just giving you a quick update on that. Running through my local park as per usual. Just looking, it's quite muddy over here, so I don't know what the park one was like on Saturday. But anyway, one thing I forgot to mention on Thursday was about my fueling for the marathon in terms of gels. Now, I was taking OTE, which I think I've already mentioned, and they worked really well actually on Sunday. So I took one gel before we set off, about 15 minutes before, and then one at 10k, 6ish miles, and then halfway, and then one at about 20, and then that was it. I did have a spare one, but I didn't take it. So in total I took 4, and that's including the one before we set off, and it worked really well, no stomach issues. So I'm going to keep a note of that, remind myself for the next marathon. Right, so that's the end of the sort of update video from off the back of London. Again, thank you very much to all the new subscribers. Absolutely great to have you on board. And if you're not subscribing, don't forget, it's absolutely free, doesn't cost you a penny, and it just makes it easier really, just to keep tabs of what I'm up to as well, if you're interested, that is, obviously. So I'll see you all Tuesday, where I'll be starting a 4-week plan for my half marathon. So I'll let you know on Tuesday exactly what I've got planned. So don't forget, keep following. Catch you all soon.